We are now recording. So this is our wrap-up session for the, what month is it? April Your Way workshop. We're talking about storage solutions. So did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes. And so if you're watching the replay, I hope you will come back and join us next time. This is a fun, innovative approach to getting to know other scrapbookers and getting to hear their perspectives so that it can support your journey. So we tackled 3 questions tonight. We talked about storage solutions that are working awesome for us, and I can't wait to hear what some of those are for you. We talked about some of your challenges. What item, what category of supply just kind of eludes you? And what have you tried and it hasn't worked out? And then finally, if you had all the time, money, and energy in the world, what would you do? How would you reorganize your space? And then maybe what's a little bit more realistic than that? What do you want to do in reality and in the near term to make your space work better for you? All right, so this is our wrap-up session, and I can't wait to hear all of your lessons learned. Because of the numbers tonight, let's try the raise hand feature. You can find that under the reactions button. Some of you may know that and some may not, but if you click reactions, there's a number of items, but click the one that says raise hand, and I will call on you to share your lesson learned, your takeaway, your insight, your cool, nifty thing that you want to try. Right. Okay, Deb.
I'll start. A couple of the ladies talked about routinely purging, like using a kit 2 times and then taking the pieces apart and mixing them in with your general stuff, but also every year or 2 going through and doing a serious purge of stuff you will never use and gifting that to others. And that's probably where I need to start.
I understand. I've heard a lot of that recently, and even kind of doing that purge step earlier and you are ready to break apart that kit, going ahead and being honest with yourself, like these 6 embellishments I'm probably never going to use, because the one says best son ever and I don't have any sons, then it's never going to work for me. I might as well donate it so that someone else can use that. So I think, yeah, we all could probably do a little bit better at letting go of some things and maybe doing that even sooner. All right, Cindy. You're muted, Cindy. You need to unmute yourself. There you go.
I don't think I came away with any real concrete examples, and I'm not arguing with that or putting that down. I came back validated because everybody has struggles, and I'm not alone in I have too much stuff, I have no space. Nobody said just don't buy so much. We all have the same challenges.
100%. I have unopened packages over here and several tabs open over here. We all like the fun stuff. That's why we're scrapbookers and not just, family photographers who share our pictures on Facebook. We want to play with the things and tell our stories.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, we are all in this boat together. Okay, Lori.
So Kimberly was in 2 of my groups, but she gave me a couple of really great things to think about. And one was, what if I organized my scrap space like I organized my kitchen, so that the things that I use and need the most are most, centralized and most accessible for me, because I was complaining about how I have this Razz Cog cart that I don't have anything in it that I really use, but it's I have the closest access to it, and it has stuff in it that I don't even know why I put it in there.
It probably looked pretty when you put it in there.
I'm sure, and maybe I thought that's what fit, right? So, but I have the top thing is all full of project life cards, and I don't even do that anymore. So that's a good thing for me to think about. And the other thing she mentioned was that she worked at a scrapbook store, and it just got me thinking about how scrapbook store owners create their store setup. Like, what is it that puts those things in that space, and how do we intuitively think of where, because we don't think about it, we walk in, we know where things are going to be almost, right? So that's something I'm just curious about too.
That there's some really good insight there, because I've heard several people talk about how they always kind of create a little nook for their new stuff. And that's certainly what a store would do, is that, you know, they do an end cap or a special display for what's new. So why are we then tucking our things away or kind of just putting them in a pile? How can we celebrate those so that we remember to use that new stuff before it becomes old stuff?
Good point.
Thanks, Lori.
Mhm.
Was there somebody who was following on that real quick? No. Okay, Iris is next. All right, and then Allison. Iris, you're muted.
Actually, I was going to continue that train of thought of putting the things that you need closer to you. The Razz Cog idea, I used to have pretty things on my Razz Cog exclusively, and I didn't reach for them. So what I did was I switched my Razz Cog to be my tool holder, and that can be wheeled back and forth. So you can leave more room on your desktop for all the inspirational stuff and all the pretty new things, and then just keep all your tools in a Razz Cog that you can pull around to wherever you need it. And those aren't the things that really usually inspire you, but you need them when you're actually scrapbooking. So I 100% think that we need to think about how we use things and store them in a way that, you know, makes more sense than just like, oh, it's a Razz Cog, I'm supposed to fill it with pretty things. So.
You know, I love that idea, especially if maybe you end up kind of creating in more than one area of your space, depending on what you're working on. Like having the most used things more mobile, I can see really being helpful.
And it's really helpful because you can pull it up against right next to you, which actually makes it closer to your reach than if you have them all along the back of your desk and then you have to like get up to get something. So.
Yeah, I don't want to ever get up to get anything. All right, Allison, did you have your hand raised?
I wanted to have my hand raised, but I don't have that option. So I will either clap or thumbs up when I want to talk.
Okay.
I don't know why it's like that. But anyway, yeah, I'm just piggybacking on what everyone else is saying. With my situation, I actually have to divide things up that way out of necessity because my workspace is here in the laundry closet that we remade into my craft desk space. So that has all my tools and just smaller, like my ink pads, things that I would need to reach for almost every time I create. And then in the hallway, we have my like overflow, I guess you would call it, but it has all the rest of my supplies, a lot of which are specific to certain projects. And so I essentially more or less shop the closet, bring it over to my workspace, and that way I'm not overwhelmed with everything anyway. So I don't mind. At first it was kind of a compromise I made with, you know, just how to work out having a craft space, but I actually don't mind it.
Awesome. Yeah, this reminds me, so during one of like the intersessions we were talking about thickers, and so I just want to briefly talk about different storage ideas for thickers. You have yours hanging, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I have the spice racks, the wire spice racks that are meant for like a pantry door, but they're in my hallway closet door. And then I just have those little hooks that I clip and hang all the thickers from on there. And that's a perfect example because you saw how ridiculous the amount is. I don't want that hanging in my face when I'm trying to work. I'd rather, you know, I almost treat my closet like that's where I go shopping and, you know, pick out whatever's going to work and then bring it to my space. So
very cool. And so I actually don't have a place to hang them, at least with the hole or anything, because I cut off the top part because it's so floppy. And it drives me nuts that they're always like flopping around. So I cut off that whole top part and I store them standing. And so I'm able to just like quickly flip through. And so I never know like what collection it is anymore, but it's very rare that I'm having to like attribute, you know, provide credits for my pages. So I just cut it off and I have them all stood up so that I can flip through them easily without dealing with the little floppy thing. Any other thickers ideas or innovations while we're on that subject?
One of the
Stop buying
things, that's my little thingy.
I'm sorry.
Amy, go ahead.
Well, mine is kind of a combination of the two of y'all's. Mine are in baskets, but they're up on a grid.
Oh, nice.
And they're not in my primary workspace. They're in the hallway next to it.
Yeah.
And they're, so I have several baskets with colors in each one, and it stays up.
There's certain supplies like that I don't mind kind of, once I've gathered everything, I can go kind of shopping to figure out, okay, which is that one or two things that's going to coordinate with what I've already selected.
Right.
Sue?
I actually have a question that just occurred to me because I store my thickers standing up in like one of those big square IKEA bins that goes in the expedites. And I also actually have all of my alpha stickers. I do it by color. So all the small ones go into a page protector in with like the bigger ones. So my question is does anyone know if there is like a 6x12-ish corollary to the Avery L's to put your stickers in, because those cellophane things never last?
Oh, that's an awesome idea. Deb, did you want to say something?
Yeah, Deb was waving.
Go ahead, Deb. You can unmute yourself and just jump in.
I was thinking about something else. I got a container from the Container Store that's 6 inches by 12 that I can store my letters in. So it's not quite as bulky as a 12 by 12, but you're looking for something to put in your file system, I guess.
Right. So, because the packaging may come in pairs.
Right.
Yeah.
You only get so many taken in and out before it's done.
Yeah.
No, that's a good, maybe we should make that suggestion to scrapbook.com or Avery L or Simon Says Stamp to somebody to make those, because I think those could be really useful. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God, so many hands.
Kim is showing, it's holding up something.
Okay, Kim, go ahead.
Yes, I
Oh, wait,
ordered.
wrong Kim. Sorry. Okay, yes, that's fine. Both. Kim with the maybe red hair. Go ahead.
Yes, it's reddish hair. Yes, I ordered these polymer flat open plastic poly bags, 6x12, pack of 100 from Amazon.
Ooh.
And they work perfectly. They're open at the top. They're not a zipper, and you just slide the stickers right inside. Just slide them in and out.
Oh my gosh, those look so sturdy too.
They are. They're a nice heavy weight.
My mom, like, we're gonna sell out the. I see you put the link in there. I think, or is this your link here?
No, I did not put it in.
Are they
I'm not good at that.
Fly more?
Somebody must have found it though.
No, these are Ziploc ones. Okay, so these are slightly
Okay.
different.
Yeah, the ones I got are not Ziploc.
Okay. Yeah, if you could find that link and share it with us, I know that a lot of folks would love it. You can look in your Amazon orders, like your past
It's been
orders.
a while.
You can search. I always search my past orders. Type like bag or plastic or something. Okay. Let's see, Kim Edson.
So not the little folder or the bag concept, but I have my letter stickers and thickers in file folders.
Me
Like I have
too.
like a filing cabinet, and so like it's in like my office space. So some of it is like, personal like document type stuff files, but then I have like a couple of drawers that are open, and I have like 8.5 by 11 cardstock for like card making in there, but also stickers, letter stickers, and I have them kind of. I mean, obviously it depends on how many you have, how many folders you want. So I have like for smaller and then bigger, and then I can just, depending on what size I need, just grab it and then flip through.
Very cool. Oh my gosh, so many innovations. Okay, Renis.
Yes. Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can.
Okay. I was thinking of, how we all have those page protectors from our 3-ring scrapbooks that get marred or dingy.
Yeah.
If you use a fuser, the We Are Memory Keepers fusers, and
Oh.
do them 6x12,
Make your
you
own.
can cut them into 6x12, and they'd be like not as heavy duty as the example we saw a little bit ago, but they would at least contain the package, the letters on the sleeves.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Great innovation. Okay, Iris.
Sorry, I had the same share, which is the apply more bags, and I
Okay.
put them, but I just noticed that they are out of stock, so I'll find you another link. But those are exactly the ones I use to organize all my thickers, and I'll put like 2 or 3 sets in them if I have multiples, and they're really sturdy and thick. So I'll find a link of ones that aren't sold out.
Thank you. Okay, Amy H. You're muted, Amy.
Yes, there we
There
go.
you go.
If you have scrap rack pages, you can cut the 3-ring part off, and they come in a 6 to a double column. So you could put at least 4 in one page. I use them front and back, and you would just stack them straight up, but you would have 2 rows going at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I have too, is 2 rows next to each other.
Yeah, yeah.
It's awesome. But yeah, all my packaging, even though I've cut off the top, I don't have the flappy part. A lot of them are like falling out the side.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the packaging gets worn out. Those would be
Right.
really fun. All right, great solution. Oh my gosh, mic drop. We're done here. And I'm just kidding. So what other lessons learned we have for tonight, wrapping up, as we start to conclude here? Other topics of like, what was the, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that type of thing? Lynn.
Slow?
Okay, so this was in a group that somebody was asking about that I showed my example. But she had said she has a whole bunch of wood mounted stamps that she didn't know what to do with. So a couple of us had brought up that we unmounted our wood mounted stamps and did some Eileen's tack it over on the back of it. And then you can just take them off the wood mounts, and there's still the little bit of foam on there, but then you can put them on these little cards and put them in those Avery or put them in those refrigerator bins for easier storage than a bunch of wood mounts.
Yes, because the wood takes up a lot of space.
Yes.
Unless like you're an avid collector and you love displaying them, if you're ready to downsize, that's a great solution. Thank you. Okay, Renis. You're muted. Unmute yourself, please.
There we are.
There you go. Yeah.
I have this big partner's desk, and underneath my workspace above the knee hole is a drawer that pulls out that at one time when we used to have big desktop computers, you put your keyboard in it and the top flipped down so it was flat. I got the suggestion that I clean it out, and that's where I put my paper cutter and my paper scorer. So I don't have to have room on my desktop for it. I can just roll back, pull the drawer open, score, cut, shut the drawer, it's out of sight.
That's
so that
genius.
that was my big aha thing.
I have seen a couple things recently where either it's like storage that kind of you can attach and hang underneath the desk. And I don't know if there's any that kind of pull out like that as well. But I think even if you have a desk or you have a tabletop that doesn't have that built in, there might be some solutions where you could add that on. That's a great idea. All right, are there any other kind of non-electronic raised hands, as in actual raised hands, that I have missed here? I cannot see everyone's faces all at once, so. All right. You're gonna have to like frantically wave, jump up and down so that I can see you, but I don't. Donna, are you trying to say something? Oh, no, that was okay. All right, you guys, this has been so delightful tonight. I hope you learned something new and got some new ideas. And then I hope you join us next month. We do these every single month where we get to talk about new topics and learn from each other. And before you go, and I was supposed to do this before, I was going to share a preview of what we're doing in Stash Bash. So, all right. Are you seeing the screen right here that shows Stash Bash?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Great. I clicked the right button. So starting tomorrow, inside of the membership, we are doing this 7-day challenge to either use declutter or organize your stash of scrapbook supplies. We've been doing Stash Bash since 2013. It has seen so many different like forms and iterations over the years, but fundamentally it's a guided but personalized experience. So we give you some direction, but you get to tailor it to what you need right now. And hopefully tonight's discussion has gave you a little bit of a hint about what you need right now. And we have a brand new workbook for Stash Bash, a few prompts to get you started to thinking a little bit deeper, and then some really fun checkmark activities because we all like to check some boxes. So just to give you an overview, there's going to be two paths. Basically a super simple, streamlined, I'm totally overwhelmed. Just tell me what to do, Jennifer. I don't want to make any decisions because I've been at home for a year. And I will give you 7 days of activities that you can follow along on. If you are a little more, optimistic and feeling ready to tackle some things, then we have kind of a whole rubric of challenges from which you can select from. So I'm going to ask you, what do I need right now? And you get to choose which path 1 or path 2. And everyone, it all counts no matter what you do, a little or a lot. And 2 participants will win each $25 gift cards to the crafty store of their choice, digital paper, whatever you want, Amazon. Just so that we can celebrate our winners and give you a little bit of incentive for participating in the challenges. So Stash Bash is part of the membership. You can go to simplescrapper.com/membership if you are not yet a member. We do have a lot of members here tonight. And that's just one of the things we're doing. Every other month, we have a big kind of event or a class. And then in opposite months, we have a 4-day weekend retreat where we spend time creating, reflecting, chatting, and really getting to know our stuff and our stories and each other a little bit better. But Stash Bash is a 7-day kind of fun, more high energy event. And we're only doing it once this year. So if you're ready to dedicate some time to managing your stash, of all those dreams in the conversation today about what your space could be like, you want to make some of those come true, I hope you will consider joining us. All right.
Thank you.
Great, and thank you all for joining us tonight here. And for all of you watching in the replay, please let me know if you have any questions, and I hope we'll see you at a future Your Way workshop. Yay, awesome. Thanks for joining us tonight, folks. Have a good night.
Thank you.